Alrighty, let's talk about quick practices for Unit 2. So for Lesson 1, it's going to be the same as what it was for Unit 1, in that you're going to do the animal sound quick practice again. But then for Unit 2, I've made you a slide deck of just the quick practices, but I also changed it in this unit. And for every lesson that I made you, other activities or other slides, I actually embedded the quick practices also in that Google slide deck. So that way, if you opened up, let's say 2.5, you had everything you needed for 2.5 right there. So of course you can delete them, you can change them if you have slides of your own, or if you want to use different ones, the ones that are a part of the set that we did with Dr. Fusen and Robin Decker. That's totally up to you. You can find those in the digital learning environment course that is also in your membership area. So if you want that set, you can always go get those. So in this, we're going to use our giant number cards. And of course, if you are teaching in an online version of school right now, you're going to show the card. You can show it to the camera. You can show the back of the card. But I purposely made you the slides so that you could show the slides and have easier engagement and better engagement because kids could see it clearer. So it's totally up to you how you do that. In person, the same thing. If you're going to use the real card or if you're going to share your screen and project these. So as we go to the first one, this one is called See, Say, and Show. And I actually reversed the order in the teacher's guide a little bit because I feel like I want more information from students. And when I watch students do it the way the teacher's guide suggests, I feel like kids are just stealing each other's answers. So I'm going to show this card to students or my slide deck, and I'm just going to say, don't say anything, show me the number. And I want to see on everyone's fingers, and I have them put it right here in their heart box so that they're not waving it up in the air and other kids are seeing their hands. I want to watch kids who are still counting by ones to get to 5. I want to see who thinks that number is 4 or 3 or 2, right? So I'm looking at their hands, and then I say, boys and girls, say the number, and everyone says 5. And then I say, boys and girls, count the number, and as I point to the dots, they count their fingers to make sure they're correct. So this is an extension because as what you notice is that happens, you have 5, 4, 2, 1, 3, you have all of your numbers under 5. So every time, if I go backwards here, let's see if we can get that to go backwards, there we go. So I have 4, boys and girls, don't say it, show me. And I'm looking for who can now automatically put it on their hands and who is still counting by ones. So boys and girls, show me, say it, count it, right? So on these, I did not give you the dots, so you would just count their fingers aloud unless you're showing them the dots with your cards. Then we get to the next where we're working on numbers 6 through 10 pretty heavily. And as we work on numbers 6 through 10, I want them now to show me the 5 and extras. So you can see that they have that here. I'll get myself out of the way. And so what I might say, boys and girls, what's the number? 6. Boys and girls, show me with your fingers. And I would want a 5 and a 1. I don't actually want 3 and 3 right now. There will be a time and a place for that, but right now I'm purposely in this unit, we're working on that 5 group, so I want to see their 5s. So boys and girls, what is 6? 5 and 1 are partners of 6. That's what I would say. The teacher's guide doesn't say to do that, doesn't even ask them to rehearse it. It just says show the card, kids say 6. Show the card, kids say 7. Okay, so you can mix that up to whatever works for you. Boys and girls, what's the number? 7. Boys and girls, show me. Boys and girls, say it. 5 and 2 are partners of 7. Okay, so again, you can do all that if you'd like, and then you mix up the order. So mine are in order right now, but you can rearrange slides so that students have to do them out of order, and they don't just know that it's 9 because that's the next number. Last time we did 8, this time we'll do 9. We want to know that they can do them in random order, so you can feel free to change around those slides. So then we have here the musical instruments. So with animal sounds, we did movements and sounds for 1 through 5 with animals. In this case, we're going to do numbers 6 through 10 with musical instruments. So the slide that I've made you here has all of the instruments on the far right, and you would drag them in, or a student leader would drag them in. Okay, so I have, I'm gonna have to exit present mode. and show them to you like this. So remember that when you're in present mode, nothing will move. So if you wanted to be in present mode, you would have had to drag this little guy over first, and then go to present mode. Okay, so here's our conductor, right? And so a conductor you might point him to 6, and everyone says, what's the number? And we say 6. And then the conductor might do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but they're supposed to be doing it in their head. Okay, so it's just the movement. Maybe you decide it's down and aside, or it could just be down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's up to you how you do the conductor and what he says. You also have here the shakers. Okay, so if I point here, boys and girls, what's the number? And then they would say 7. And we would say, what are we going to do for 7? And then we might go shake, 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 right? Or rattle, 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 rattle. But every one counts for 1, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You might need to pull up the yellow number card with the dots. If you have a pointer, let me grab mine. And let's do it again. Right? Because some of them are still going to have a hard time. 7's a lot to keep track of in our heads. So they may need to just see that, even if you don't point, they may need to just keep their eye on the dot so they can do it with the dots and match the motion and the words with what's happening with those dots. So you may choose to do that. Then you have like so many cute ones. Aren't these cute? Like, come on, friends. These are fantastic. So I thought these guys were great. So cymbals, right? And it might just be boom, 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 boom. So you don't have to do the sound and the action. You could just do the action, and another day you do the sounds. You decide for you and for your kindergartners how it looks. You've got all of these different sounds. So I was looking for another app that would give us those sounds. And it looks like there's lots. So you may, if you have iPads in your room or even Chromebooks, just search to see what apps you have for musical instruments for kids, because there's so many out there where they could just push the picture of that musical instrument and it will play the sound. So students know what it sounds like, and then you decide as a class, okay, how are we going to do that? And then you would do it to the slide. Okay, so I did have, I found this one. Let's just look at it real quick. It's loud. Okay, so like I clicked the drum. I don't like that opening sound, it's too much. But I clicked the drum here, and so it would just be, let's listen to it. Okay, so how are we gonna do that on our laps, right? But every one is a 1, so maybe the student leader gets to do it here. And keep track of it. You've got the horn here. Right? You have the xylophone. So all of these are options. This one, I didn't like this app. That's why I didn't give you the link to it. I mean, it's called Kid Music Instruments. I have a PC, and it was a download for a PC. However, it didn't have the variety of the musical instruments that I wanted, but I did see some on the iPad. So if you're using iPads, I think you might be in luck and be able to find something there. Okay, so that's it. You're gonna just repeat that and just use those numbers out of order for your quick practice, and you'll pair it then, with your daily routines. Alrighty, so again, it's their slide deck just for this, and then you'll see it embedded into the slides that I've given you. Have fun.